What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I am finally finding time to talk about a game I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's Legends of Runterra, and this is a digital card game, and it's supposed to be challenging Hearthstone. Now, I've had a bunch of questions over the past couple of years. Why aren't you playing Hearthstone? And I'm going to be 100% completely honest with you, I missed the boat. It's as simple as that. By the time I really started covering card games and getting into it and all that kind of stuff, Hearthstone had been out for a very long time. I did not have the requisite knowledge. Getting the requisite knowledge would have taken an awful lot of time. Building up a collection on Hearthstone would have taken a huge amount of money. And there were so many people already covering Hearthstone and doing a pretty gosh darn good job, I didn't know what I could really add to that. But now Legends of Runterra is launching, and this is a brand new game. And we don't have people covering it properly because the game isn't even out yet. Yeah, a bunch of people have done a bunch of stuff about the pre-release, but no, it's not actually out. So I can get in at the beginning. And I can make sure my knowledge is up there with anybody else's by learning the one set of cards. And I can make sure that I'm on it from day one. And day one is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Day one is absolutely coming. It's launching this week. It is literally launching this week. I believe the 23rd is when the early access comes out. That is Thursday. And 24th Friday is when it's out properly. And I, for one, am pretty gosh darned excited. Now, for those of you that don't know, Legends of Runterra is actually based on League of Legends. And League of Legends is one of the biggest games in the entire world. So when I say this is challenging Hearthstone, and when I tell you that there is actually a chance that this could not take down Hearthstone, Hearthstone's huge, Hearthstone ain't going anywhere. But when I say that this could actually challenge Hearthstone and could potentially maybe even surpass it, that's not clickbait and that's not exaggeration. That's me telling you, you know what? This could actually do it. Now, it's been in development properly for a couple of years. It has had a gigantic budget, far bigger than you would expect from some kind of digital card game. This is being taken very, very seriously by a company that is already running one of the biggest games in the world. That makes me pretty gosh darned excited. Now, it is based on League of Legends. There are going to be 6 regions in the game at launch and 24 champions. According to IGN.com, there are actually going to be somewhere in the region of 320 cards in the first set. 318 to be specific. But why would you put everything from League of Legends into this game first of all? That makes no real sense, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds a little bit silly. And you do pick a favourite region in the game, but you can combine cards from different regions, and you can switch your region as you go. The progression is linked to your picked region, your favoured region, so that can be rather important. Now, I'm not going to go through a huge how to play. I will do a how to play video later in the week or next week. But basically, each round, you're on either offense or defense, and your opponent is on the other. And the round ends, I believe, when one person attacks. But what's really cool is that actions alternate. So you can attack right now, knowing what your opponent has on the board, or you can play another card. But if you play another card, your opponent gets a chance to play another card, and that might completely mess up your strategy, and it means that you're not sitting there waiting for your opponent to take 10-minute turns. It all sounds rather fun indeed. Now, at the centre of your deck are these champions, all of whom have unique mechanics, and you can actually level up your champion as you go through the game. This is quite important. It gives a progression not just to the game as a whole, but actually the micro games that you're playing on a day-to-day basis will change as you level up your champions, etc. It all sounds very, very promising. It's been in beta. There were a few betas for this last year, but it is really kicking off properly now. Now, the thing is that you need to be able to progress in games like this, and that is always going to be one of the big questions. One of the big questions is always going to be, well, hang on a second, How much is this going to cost me? Now, we'll go through the progression system in a moment, but according to the FAQ on the website, their goal is to make sure that if you have the time, you don't actually ever need to spend a penny. Now, this is what they say on the official site. Exactly how much you need to play will depend on the size of the set. The first one is pretty big, but even this set hopefully won't feel out of reach for a highly engaged player, which they define as an average of 7 to 10 games per day. If you don't play quite that much, you'll still have a ton of cards to unlock. For the first set, if you get your level 10 vault each week, you'll have at least 75% of the sets before the next release. As a side note, you go up to max, which is level 13 vault. Level 10 vault is not actually the maximum. Level 10 vault is about half of a maximum level vault. Don't worry, I'll explain that in a moment. So they're basically telling us that if we play an average of 7 to 10 games per day, we should be able to complete the set and get every card without ever needing to spend a penny. That sounds pretty gosh darn good. Now, there are essentially 4 parts to the progression. Number 1, there are quests, which are daily goals, which go towards both vault and region rewards. More on that in a moment. And the thing that really makes me happy, you can hold up to 3 of these at a time. We've all done that thing. We've all played mobile or similar games, free to start games, where there's daily rewards, but you miss a day or two and it's super frustrating. Well, the good news is here, you can miss a day or two as long as you're willing to catch up. Now, the other thing that really makes me excited for this is that once a week you will get Vault Day. And on Vault Day, everybody gets new cards. Now, these are random cards, but it's not everybody gets the same amount. It depends. So, for instance, level 1, everybody gets 3 of the lowest chests, 3 of the common chests, and it goes all the way up to max level, which is 25,000 XP. Now, you'll see there at level 10 there is an extra card at the end. When you hit level 10, you get a guaranteed level 10 champion as long as you hit that particular level. Now, you don't have to grind like this. The whole point, and this is supposed to be the sweet spot for all these free-to-play games, or free-to-start games, you can either grind or you can pay. They've said that they've added the ability to buy whichever cards you want, more on that in a moment, because early feedback was from players saying we want to be able to, if we don't have the time to grind, just buy whatever it is we actually want. Now, you do set your favourite region, and you get region rewards. You gain XP, you get region rewards, but you get it from that region. That's fairly important. There are then shards and wild cards. Shards are what you earn, coins are what you buy, and wild cards can essentially be turned into any card of the corresponding rarity. Now, the thing is that the stock in the store actually updates on a weekly basis, so you can't just go and buy everything day one. You can't go in day one, apparently at least, and just buy a bunch of coins and buy every card. You've got to take a little bit more time. Things are going to unlock over time. Again, I'll let you be the judge of whether you actually think this sounds good or not. But there are no booster packs. There are random rewards, and then there are ways to go and actually buy the particular card you want, but you're never just buying booster packs and crossing your fingers for the card you want. And I know that some people who have been playing other card games will be delighted about that. And I know that some of you probably want that, what am I going to get, what am I going to get, randomness, but that's what Vault Day is for. Vault Day is for the, oh, I wonder what I'm going to get. And you know that if this game takes off, Vault Day is going to be a big deal. I, for one, plan on streaming Vault Day every week if this game is popular enough, because why would I not? Vault Day sounds like fun. Now, there is also planned in the future to have an expedition mode. This is where you draft. Draft a deck, go and play with it. As far as I'm aware, it's not actually going to be in the game yet, but it will be added at a later stage. Anyone who's played card games will know that drafting is about the most fun you can have. Rather than just building a deck, you go in, draft a deck, and then go and have a play with it and see what happens. This looks fun. This looks right up my alley. I mean, look, you know I like card games, right? That's not any kind of... It's not a particularly big secret. But this one appeals to me. I've been waiting for a digital card game that I can get in on day one. This looks like a really good game. It looks really fun. And I, for one, am a little bit excited to, just get involved. I plan on streaming. I plan on making videos. That's going to depend a little bit on you guys, whether you're willing to come and join in with me. But hopefully we can play this and have a little bit of fun. Streaming will largely be probably over on Twitch, twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. But I may well do a little bit on YouTube, youtube.com/WassiePlays. That's what you're watching on here, incidentally. For, just a little bit of a change. And also just to have a look, see which platform is actually better for doing the streaming. Either way, it's launching later on in the week, so we are not going to have to wait very long. I'm planning on doing a how to play, I'm planning on doing streams, I'm planning on doing deck analyses and all of that good stuff. Hopefully you guys are going to come along and join in with me. For anyone that's wondering, I've not really had a chance to explore all of the regions in great detail, but Demacia is kind of jumping out to me right now. Demacia looks like a fun region to play in. But I suppose we can discover that as we go. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to know what you think about this. I'd like to know if you've played it, if you're planning on playing it, if you're excited about it, or if you've never heard of it. Tell me what you think of this. Go nuts in the comment section, but please remember the rule. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter @TheWassie, where we talk, well, a whole bunch of games. Legends of Runterra, but a whole bunch of others as well. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.